Let's face it, there are events happening around the world that make us question whether or not mainstream media is even telling us the truth. So, here are some of the wildest conspiracy theories that oddly make sense. Welcome to Daily Graham, and today we're listing our picks for the top 10 wildest conspiracy theories ever imagined. I'm Adrian from the Daily Graham, and we'll be looking at the weirdest, creepiest, yet oddly enough believable conspiracy theories ever concocted. Before we get to our list, make sure to watch until the end of the video, because our number one pick will definitely freak you out so much that you'll start questioning reality itself. So remember to black out your windows, cover up those cameras, and wear your tinfoil hats, because we're about to get started. 10. 9/11 was an inside job. If you've been scouring the internet for a pretty long time, then you must have come across this famous sentence: jet fuel can't melt steel beams. Well, it's already been proven that although jet fuel can't melt steel beams, it can, however, heat them up to a point that they become malleable. But this doesn't stop truthers from coming up with conspiracy theories though. If you're in the loop with how the US is able to wage wars, then you should know that they rely heavily on the public's opinion regarding the wars they wage. It's suspected that the US government actually planned the entire 9/11 attacks by hiring Al-Qaeda to fly planes into the Twin Towers, the Pentagon, and an attempt on the White House. At the same time, CIA operatives secretly planted bombs along the towers to ensure maximum damage. This was done so that the country's people would support the government's war efforts in Afghanistan and Iraq, so that the military could get the natural oils and gases present in both countries. Wow, that was some massive slippery slope. Number 9. The government is poisoning the air. So, when you were a kid, did you ever wonder what those lines airplanes made in the sky were made of? Well, they are called contrails, and they are made when the hot jet exhaust mixes with the atmosphere. It's pretty much the same logic on why you can see your breath during the winter. But that explanation didn't sit right with our tinfoil-hatted conspirators, because the major population of Idaho, USA believes that these are chemtrails. They claim that the US government is intentionally spraying chemicals that give diseases, like AIDS and cancer, to people in an effort to control population growth. This would then kill off those who can't afford medication, thus lowering taxes of the common man, because he won't have to pay for the homeless's benefits. 8. The hidden room in Mount Rushmore. Washington, Jefferson, Lincoln, and Roosevelt. Long ago, the four Mount Rushmore heads lived together in harmony. Then everything changed when the conspiracy theorists attacked. Inside the head of Abraham Lincoln in Mount Rushmore lies a 74-foot long, 35-foot high room that is kept closed behind an 18-foot granite door. This room was created by the deceased sculptor, Gutzon Borglum, who intended the room to be used to house America's contributions to the world. Conspiracy theorists believe that the reason why this chamber is kept unopened to the public is that records of extraterrestrial life, the cure for cancer, and even treasure stolen during both world wars are stored in the room. Until the room is open for everyone to view though, we can only hope that Honest Abe would shed some light on this mystery. 7. Alaskan Mind Control Lab. If you're planning to visit Alaska, then you should probably wear a tinfoil hat, just to be safe. Located in Alaska's mountainous regions sits the High Frequency Active Auroral Research Program, or HAARP for short. This place is used by scientists to study the atmosphere and its different phenomena, like aurora borealis and steamed hams. The entire complex is built on 33 acres of land and is covered with more than 180 giant antennas that monitor the sky's activities. But are they really? Conspiracy theorists believe that this establishment is actually researching mind control and subliminal messages via radio waves. Some have even jumped to the conclusion that this place is responsible for the destruction of the Columbia Space Shuttle back in 2003. I don't know about this one, guys, but I'm having a strange urge to like today's video. 6. The Freemasons' hidden base. For those of you who don't know, the Freemasons are the world's oldest fraternal organization that originated from the 14th century and is still present today. These guys are often referred to as part of the Illuminati because some of their members are believed to be top politicians and even generals. Every year, the Freemasons hold a secret meeting in the Malheur Cave in Oregon, USA. This cave was once used by the Native Americans, but is now owned by the Robert Burns Masonic Lodge. Our skilled conspirators believe that inside the cave is an underground tunnel system that connects to other Mason bases across the USA. The group then proceeds to have a meeting about world domination, satanic worship, and even human sacrifices in the cave. But hey, that's just a theory. A conspiracy theory. 5. Pharmaceutical companies are hiding the cure for cancer. We've all heard about the supposed dangers of Big Pharma and how it intentionally sells drugs that weaken the immune system. But out of all the conspiracy theories about it, the one that stands out the most is how pharmaceutical companies are hiding the cure for cancer. Conspiracy theorists believe that with the amount of time and money used to research the cure for cancer, it's impossible to believe that there's still no cure. It's suggested that most of the profit that comes from treating cancer is what makes medical companies richer. Imagine you're a cancer patient, right? You have no choice but to use expensive treatments in hospitals for years of your life. The profit from this process is much bigger than simply being given the cure. With how expensive medical treatment is nowadays, I wouldn't be shocked if this was the case. 4. Protocols of the Learned Elders of Zion. With a name fitting for a Japanese RPG game, this book is actually one of Hitler's inspirations for why he targeted the Jewish community. The book Protocols of the Learned Elders of Zion talks about how the Jewish people intend to achieve world domination. This even talks about steps on how the Jews would target the Christian people's morality, finances, and healthcare. Although the book was proven to be a hoax created to frame the Jews, some people still take it seriously and believe that the Jews succeeded in their mission of hiding the book's authenticity, and now they can continue with their world domination plans unimpeded. 3. The Rothschild family runs the world. You've probably seen the theory on your aunt's Facebook wall, but there's actually a lot of traction with this conspiracy theory. The speculation goes that the Rothschilds control every central bank in the world, have supported both sides of every major war, and even has 80% of the world's wealth. But who are the Rothschilds anyways? Well, they're a Jewish banking family that has been wealthy since the 14th century. Presently, they hold large shares in the world's agricultural, power, and mining industries, to name a few. With all those things in mind, it does seem possible that these guys run the world, but in reality, the Rothschild company, Rothschild Group, was only ever able to achieve $500 million in profits, and that was in 2017. Other companies like Walmart reached $500 billion in 2018. I think we should shift our attention to Walmart instead. 2. The moon landing was a fraud. If you have a really old grandparent, then you've probably heard them ramble on and on about how the moon landing was impossible and how it was staged, blah blah blah. So, the entire story goes like this. The US government needed $30 billion to fund their own selfish purposes, so they fabricated the whole space race thing between Russia to have Americans on board with space exploration. They then proceeded to rent out a Hollywood set, and there they shot the iconic moon landing video that was live streamed across the world, fooling not only the entire country, but the entire world. It sounds like a maniacal plan created by a supervillain, right? Especially if you take into account that the average smartphone has more computing power than all the computers supposedly used to plan out everything about the moon landing. Honorable mentions. Mark Zuckerberg is a reptilian overlord. Meghan Markle is a robot. And Prince Charles is an immortal vampire. 1. Bill Gates caused the coronavirus. One of the most famous lines in business is that if you want to be rich, you have to first create a problem, then sell the solution. So think of computers having bugs. Bill Gates supposedly made all his wealth by intentionally coding bugs inside his computers, and Microsoft updates so that consumers would be forced to buy newer models. Now that there's a lot of competition going around in the technology industry, people think Bill Gates pioneered the coronavirus. This is because he plans to infect the entire world with it, until the population drops enough and then sell the cure for the sickness, thus making him the world's richest and most powerful man. Well, those were the top 10 wildest conspiracy theories ever imagined. Now let me ask you guys, what was the most believable one on our list? And also tell us of other conspiracy theories you guys might want to know about. Post your replies in the comment section below. And if you haven't already, be sure to leave a like on this video and subscribe to our channel for more crazy conspiracy pics here at The Daily Gram.